What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel on YouTube. There's a lot of big games over this past week, and I wanted to talk about one of them. Of course, the biggest one, I don't know, Celtics Nuggets was pretty big too, but Embiid putting on a show versus the Nuggets was a big game as well. And of course, you guys know by now they won this game, but it was really impressive. His performance: 41 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. The Sixers are pretty much, rolling. They're top 2 seed, 3 seed. Only about a half game back from the Bucks, so they're just like in that 2 range, probably 2-3 range. Depending on how Milwaukee's health and Philly's health is the rest of the season. But just at the midway point of the season, the 76ers have a lot to be proud about, a lot to be excited about for the playoffs, and potentially even making a move at the trade deadline, because even in this game they missed Melton and they started Oubre. You can see on the screen in the corner, but they're second in net rating, fifth in defense, sixth in offense. And of course, the main matchup in this game was Embiid versus Jokic. Jokic had a good game himself, like 25 rebounds, 13, 14 assists, 24, yeah. And like I said, Embiid had 41 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. So his passing is improved this season. His assist numbers are up. But and they were coming off a back-to-back. So, the people were saying, Embiid's going to, once again, trying to miss this game, sitting out a back-to-back. He was coming off I forget what it was, a foot injury, maybe a couple of days before this as well, when he didn't really play that much. But, yeah, let's get into the clips. First play, just a weave action between Maxey and Embiid. They run this play a lot just to put their defenses, put the centers in rotation, put the centers, see what type of coverage they're going to get. See if Embiid he always gets into this pocket pass area on this wing or left wing, usually on the right wing, I feel like, but he loves to take that mid-range shot. But this time, Jokic just waits pretty much at the free throw line, almost doesn't really step on the screen. Embiid gets a good screen on KCP. As you can see right there, a little bit of an elbow, but he gets a good wide open shot to take the first lead. But it was a really close game, back and forth throughout the whole game. It was just a really impressive performance by Embiid. Right here, they didn't even guard each other that much, but this one he actually rolls, gets to the 3-point line, rolls, and then attacks Jokic. But it wasn't really much one-on-one action. There was a lot of Aaron Gordon on Embiid, but still of course, the MVP matchup that we wanted to see. He almost has this triple threat, like Kobe, like center type Kobe position, where he's always jab stepping, gets a pump fake, couple of pump fakes, and gets a 3-point shot to go. So it's really impressive performance again from Embiid. This time he gets in the mid range. Like I said, that's his bread and butter. Almost like I said, like DeRozan, like Kobe. It's almost like a center version of Kobe. At least the way that his play style is. And then this one, they actually trap him. They send that second defender to him. And then they actually, Batum is wide open in this corner. So he does a good job of just patiently waiting, not getting stressed out. Doesn't, force anything. He can still see with his pivot, it creates enough space. And he's, of course, 7 foot tall. He's the biggest guy in the court, so he can see the whole court pretty much. Look at the shot by Batum, though. He just catches it right on the what's it called, dip, no dip, right on the top of his hands, right at the top of his top of his shooting position, and he just brings it down just a little bit and just shoots it right over his head. Pretty crazy. But he's fitting well in this Philly team. I made a video a couple months ago as well. That the floor is more open with him. He's just a great 3-point shooter. But this time he's attacking Aaron Gordon, and Kelly Oubre is at the dunker spot. He's able to get that open position. First it was trying to maybe set up a post up for Tobias Harris, but because you can see the floor is spread. Maxey's on the wings, Oubre's on the wing, Batum's on the dunker spot. So everybody's they actually cut at the same time almost. They kind of go into each other, but it looks like KCP doesn't really communicate. Murray's kind of stuck with 2 guys. He could go to the corner. Embiid has either option. So Oubre just makes himself available, and a good pass by Embiid and good finish by Oubre. Nice quick dunk. Like I said, he was starting over Melton, and he was pretty good with this game. Like nothing too crazy. This time, Aaron Gordon has the matchup on Embiid, but he doesn't go out to, or they probably could just switch that because it's just, first it's a fake handoff, kind of not even a fake handoff, just a run through by Morris, and then Gordon, they probably just switch that with Jokic, similar guys. Gordon goes under the screen and Batum gets a wide open three. Like I said, really back and forth game. Like both teams were making a lot of plays, and of course Embiid had his big night. But throughout the game, it just seems like everybody was making a big shot. Whether it was Jokic, Embiid, anybody, Michael Porter, Jamal Murray. They're all making big plays. I thought Beverly actually had a good game off the bench as well. Gave them some nice, minutes off the bench. They always need that off the bench. Like, Nuggets have Reggie Jackson and Christian Brown, but that's just like too easy. Like, I don't know if it's too easy for him. It's just too hard to guard. I don't know what it is, but it's just like there's nothing really much you can do to stop it. That's all I know. This time he seals Reggie Jackson in the post, pretty much, right under the basket and gets it to go. So he was just showing off all the moves, showing off the passing, obviously 10 assists, mid-range, three-pointers, seeing the floor, not forcing too much until maybe the fourth quarter when he needs to. We'll see that in a couple of minutes later. See, they immediately, KCP is just immediately doubling Embiid, so he's just giving it right back to Maxey. And Maxey has shown this year that, you trust the ball in his hands, especially as a shooter at the three-pointer. It's like they don't even switch. And, of course, he was protecting the rim as well. He usually gets a nice, contest on KCP. But he's just showed that he's deserving of the MVP as so far this season. Like, through the first half of the season, I think he is the MVP. Of course, the games played minimum is a different story. He's dominating the switch on KCP. Like, that's too easy to shoot over him. But like I said, the game's minimum. And then, of course, last year the playoffs will influence people's opinions and stuff. But it's just like we're grading people through the regular season. And if this guy was actually the best player in the regular season, makes a good pass that he makes, to the corner for Tobias Harris. It's just like, yeah, he deserves the MVP. And of course, playoffs is a different story, but you can't really help it in terms of matchups. And I feel like Embiid always gets injured, and it's on him for sure to have a consistent playoff run like the Nuggets did last season, and play to the MVP level like Jokic did in the playoffs, and how dominant he was against pretty much any matchup and every matchup. But you can see once again, the patience from Embiid. Of course, the floor is spread, but he doesn't panic when he catches it. He's more comfortable when he gets doubled, when he gets immediately doubled. Michael Porter gambles, of course, but he's patient, gets a pump fake, fly by, and kicks it wide open to the corner. And then this is kind of when Embiid took over, especially on offense. Look at this crazy Euro. Just I was 7 foot. Imagine Shaq. I know Shaq was pretty nimble, especially in his Magic days, but Tim Duncan running the floor to do a little Euro step. It's pretty crazy. Just imagining, somebody like that. Of course, Hakeem is the biggest comparison, but I don't think he shot outside shots as much as that as well. Like I said, he's just in that triple threat position, almost like I said, Kobe-like. This time, yeah, jab steps, Jokic. That's something you would see, Jason Tatum, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, somebody like that to do. But he has the similar, same shot selection, I think, as those guys, which is pretty funny for a center. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think? Is he the MVP? I know, best player and MVP is always an interesting discussion. I feel like Jokic is still considered the best player, and that's what I think Embiid said as well to Jokic, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, through the first like 40 something games, I feel like Embiid has been the MVP. He's been throwing up big stat after big stat. I think he had 20 consecutive 30 plus point games, which is insane. But yep, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.